Hi ladies, so I'm a little bit late with my December posting of my Gwynnie Bee outfits, but I can't believe how quickly January took off, and I was a little sick too, so recovering from that. And now it's time to take a look at what I tried with Gwynnie Bee in December. If you're interested in any of those outfits, definitely go check them out for yourself. Let's take a look.
The diamond print eyelet top by Adriana Papel in a size 2X.
So I'm not crazy about this one, to be quite honest. It's cute looking at it, but in it I feel a little bit like a doily. I can't lie. It is pretty. I think maybe in the summertime, maybe going to like a casual wedding or to a brunch or something, that this would be fine. I do like the idea of it. It's kind of that porcelain pattern, and the eyelet lace is really kind of a neat idea, but underneath the lining is very noisy. When I was putting it on, it definitely felt like it was crinkling and rustling around like parachute material, which is a little weird. The arms are a bit tight, and I don't like how the bottom here just keeps flipping up. I think in part because of the way that the lining is. It's kind of a bummer. I was hoping that I would like this one a little bit better, but without being able to move my arms, I wouldn't even really be able to function at work, so that's a bummer.
The Abstract Botanical Faux Wrap Dress by Jet in a size 2X.
So this is a faux wrap dress, which means it mimics the style of a wrap dress in that it has kind of a gathered effect to one side and a tie, but it doesn't actually come undone. It's all sewn together. So it really mimics the style of a wrap dress, but isn't a traditional wrap dress. I do like wrap dresses in general, whether they be the real deal or the faux variety. And this is no exception. I find that they're very comfortable and they're pretty flattering as well. This is kind of a fractal pattern, if you can see that, and it's done in shades of brown, kind of a navy blue, a slate blue, and like a mustardy yellow. So it's good for fall. I'll be happy to wear this one. I think the pattern might be a little too busy for a dress. I don't think that this would be something that I would want to keep permanently, but I don't mind wearing it once or twice. I think I'll be fine with that. So the one problem with the typical house brands issues is that the fabric does tend to get a little bit staticky, and during this winter time with the air being so dry and the heater and everything coming on and off, that could potentially be an issue. Pardon the cat rocketing in and out. If you can see him, he's in a mood apparently. Happy with that one.
Liotta's Riley dress in Cobalt Confetti Dot, size 3L.
So I'm not really sure about this dress, to be honest with you. I really like the color, and there's something about the pattern on it, the white dots, that almost looks a little bit like a winter or snow scene. But obviously with it being a non-sleeve dress and the low neckline, this is really not intended for super cold weather. So I'm going to have to try to figure out how I'm going to work this for a December dress. If this looks like it might be something of interest to you and you live in a climate where there really are extremes in your temperatures, you might want to consider saving this one for a spring or summertime. It is lightweight, but it doesn't feel super flimsy. It has this nice little collar here, which on the reviews some people were complaining about, but I am not finding that it's an issue. However, I do see that the armholes are pretty deep, which means that even in the warmer weather I would end up having to wear this with a cardigan or something like that in the office, since it is a little bit too low for me. And then it also has this kind of odd draping to it. For me, the waistline, the natural seaming on this is down here, which means when I pull it all the way down, it actually emphasizes an odd spot for me because I have a very short torso. So in order for it to really feel comfortable, I actually kind of have to pull this up a little bit. That causes the upper portion of it to kind of sag a little bit. So I think I want to like this dress more than I actually like it, but I will probably go ahead and wear it once and then send it back.
Tailored dresses shift dress with a side bow, size 20W.
I was a bit skeptical about this dress when I put it on my closet listing, primarily because I kind of thought that this side bow thing was a little weird. But I wanted to go ahead and give it a try because that's kind of what I do. I give most things a try. And it's actually better than I was anticipating. Fabric is not heavy, but it definitely feels like it could be something that I would wear in the office for a wintertime outfit. I feel like it would be comfortable and warm enough, maybe with some tights. And I like the black and white pattern. It's kind of a speckled or cobblestone pattern versus a straight up polka dot kind of thing. What the bow does is it almost simulates a wrap style dress in the sense that it pulls some of the fabric to the side and does kind of a ruching effect. For me, because I do consider wrap dresses to be flattering on my figure and I do like that style, I don't actually mind that whole idea. If you're not into ruching, if that's not something that you feel is flattering or that works for you, this is probably not the style of dress for you to try. There is a zipper in the back if needed, but it's not obvious, and I was able to pull it on straight over my head, so that wasn't a problem. And the length of it is pretty good for office wear and ease of comfort. I don't really have an issue with that either. I like the sleeve length because I feel like I can move around, but I'm still covered. There's a little bit of draping in the neckline based on how the fabric is sewn, which I think is nice, but not super obvious, so it's kind of a subtle little touch. So I kind of like it. It's comfortable enough for me for a day at the office. There's a side view of the little bow tie and how it ruches the fabric together.
The Damask Floral Fit and Flare Dress by Isabel and Alice in a 2X.
Okay, so this dress perfectly illustrates my love and my frustration of the Gwynnie Bee house brand line. So they have several lines that are house labels that they hire people to design for, and they make their own clothing. After fixing some kinks with their first stab at it, they've improved some of their fabrics, they've improved general design, and even though some people are still not happy with them, I'm actually in general okay with the house brand. And in this dress in particular, I actually really like the fit and flare style. I'm comfortable with those. And I actually really like this fabric. I think it is a really nice kind of wintertime piece. Still pretty and adding some color and stuff to it, but is appropriate for that colder weather. However, that having been said, one of the issues that I have with this particular cut, and this is the same for all of their dresses in this style, is how low they create the neckline. The neckline is very low and very broad across the shoulders. So, and I wore this deliberately this way just so that you can see how low it dips. In order for me to actually wear this to work, which is where I would wear it, I have to wear a tank top underneath it, and it has to be a tank and not a camisole because of how wide this neckline is. If I wear just a camisole, the straps end up showing, and that kind of defeats the whole purpose of covering that area of the body. So in order to actually wear this, I have to wear a tank with broader shoulder straps, which basically covers me to here and ends up, putting another layer of fabric under here, which creates a whole nother layer of fabric here underneath the double layer of the dress. And it just makes it bulky, and it completely changes the look of the dress entirely. That ends up changing things from a dress that I could potentially really like enough to want to buy, because I do love the pattern of the fabric and the colors of this fabric, to something that has to be a one and done, because I hate this. So unfortunately, this is something that many users of the Gwynnie Bee line have complained about for a while now, is this neckline issue, and for whatever reason it's just not getting fixed. So if there are any Gwynnie Bee people, staff members, people who are watching this really needs to be fixed, because you then change, you know, without this being fixed, there's no way that I can wear it to work this way. So it kind of defeats the whole purpose of renting this for work if I actually have to change it up and change the look of it by adding another piece underneath it. If you have a broader torso or wider shoulders, this might actually work for you. So try giving this style a chance if that fits your style, just to see whether or not that'll work for you. If it does, then you'll find that there are multiple versions of this dress available in different fabrics and color combinations. If it doesn't, same thing. There are multiple dresses available, and you may have to judge your closet accordingly.
Eliza J. Sheath dress in pink bouquet in an 18W.
This dress is cheerful. I like it. Even though it is still January and very rainy, wintry outside, I actually really like this dress. Maybe actually because of that. It's a cheerful spot. It adds a lot of bright color. It's actually pretty comfortable. It is lined, and it's kind of a stretch fabric, so I feel like I can wear tights underneath this without any major problems. It does have pockets, as you can see. I keep putting my hands in them. And it does have a back zip if you need to access it that way. It feels pretty thick, so I feel like it would still keep me warm in this colder weather. It definitely does need tights or something underneath it during this rainy weather. The other thing is that the armholes are pretty deep, which means for me, at least in my office, I would need to wear a jacket or a cardigan over it. Again, that's perfect at this time of year because layering is definitely still needed. If I were to wear this in the spring or the summer when I wouldn't want maybe extra layers on, that could potentially be a problem. So for those of you who are in warmer climates or who want to save this for warmer weather, it is perfect for that. Just be aware of the armholes in case that's an issue for you where you work, but it would be a perfect spring summer dress. And for me, with the addition of a cardigan, it's a perfect winter dress. It'll definitely brighten up the office, so I'm looking forward to wearing that.
The Pretty Posy dress by City Chic in a 20.
So I had a feeling when I closeted this dress in the first place that I wasn't going to end up liking it, and I wanted to go ahead and give it a try anyway, because that's the cool thing about Gwynnie Bee. You get a chance to try things that you're not really sure on, and sometimes you get surprised, and sometimes it's exactly what you expected. And in this case, it was exactly what I expected. I don't like this dress at all. So let me explain my reasons for not liking this, because I think that in general, this is a really nice dress overall. I think there are a lot of women who will really enjoy this dress. It's just not for me. Number one, the issue that I have is with the mesh on the top. I don't like mesh dresses in general. I find them really difficult to style because they don't suit the type of bras and undergarments that I wear, and I don't want to fight with dresses that I can't figure out. So for me, this doesn't work. It does open up in the back and expose quite a bit of the bra. So somebody who wants to wear this dress, you're going to have to kind of figure out a better way for your undergarments to work with this dress. The armholes are really deep, as you can kind of see. So it does kind of, you know, show extra stuff there on the side. The waist is really tight. The waist and the bodice is really, really tight. And there is no stretch in this dress at all. So if you are in between sizes, double check your sizing information, and you may want to consider sizing up on this one just to make sure that you have enough room to breathe. The bottom's got plenty of room, so you're going to have to weigh the up and the down side of sizing up and what that'll do to the volume of the skirt. But if you like breathing, you might want to consider it because of how tight the bodice is. The other thing that I don't really like about this dress, One of the things that's kind of fun about Gwynnie Bee is getting a chance to try styles that suit different things. Some are whimsical, you know, some are youthful, and that's fun. That's fun to experiment with. It's fun to wear from time to time. This one doesn't make me feel youthful, it just seems young. And I think it's actually because of the underskirt with the crinoline involved with it. There's something about it that kind of screams little girl dress to me. I know a lot of people will disagree with that, especially if you're a fan of poofy skirts, if you like costuming, that sort of thing. This might be right up your alley. And if you can rock this dress, I say go for it, because in general, I think it's actually really pretty. I like the pretty fabric. It does come with the belt. And so for those of you who are looking for kind of an alternate, maybe Easter dress or Mother's Day or some kind of spring event, maybe you're going to a wedding and you want to wear something bright and pretty, but you don't necessarily want to go pastel. This is very bright and floral and pretty. It's just not for me. Yeah, I'm glad that I tried it. I won't be wearing it out. It's going back unworn other than for the video. This style of dress, it just, you know, reconfirms it to me that this is not something that I am really interested in adding to my collection. So there you have it. December wasn't terribly exciting in terms of the outfits that I tried. Most of them were okay, but nothing really exciting for me. Hopefully you guys are having a stellar new year yourselves, and I will see you next month to show you what January's outfits brought. See you next time.